Kourtney Kardashian exposes Khloe and Scott's creepy relationship. Hey everyone, it's your favorite gossip girl back with some juicy news. Khloe and Scott's relationship dynamic has always raised a lot of eyebrows, but now they aren't even trying to hide it. From their cuddling sessions to their public flirtations, everything about this dynamic duo is downright creepy. But it gets better. Kourtney Kardashian has finally decided to expose her ex for his problematic behavior with Khloe. So stay with us while we find out what the fuss is all about. Khloe and Scott weren't always a thing. In fact, Khloe didn't even like Scott in the beginning when Kourtney Kardashian started dating Scott Disick.
Court, I'm so disappointed in you. I think this is disgusting, and I think he is disgusting. I want nothing to do with him.
Khloe publicly talked about how she didn't want her sister to date Scott. She also revealed that Scott just isn't the right person for Kourtney.
Well, I came here to talk to you in person. Hey, Court. I came here to apologize about what happened. I mean, honestly, I think we all overreacted.
I overreacted, Khloe? I wasn't the one assaulting people, if you don't remember.
Yeah, I felt like you were invading my space with my sister.
Invading your space? You physically attacked me.
But well, Kourtney went on and had a fully fledged affair with Scott anyway. Their romance bloomed and they ended up having 3 kids too, so it worked well for Scott. However, their romance fizzled out in 2015 after being together for more than a decade. This is when his friendship with Khloe took a very suspicious turn. They started flirting on social media and Scott started hanging out with Khloe more often. The fans weren't happy with their newly formed bond and how close they were getting. When Kourtney started talking to her now husband Travis Barker, things between her and Scott started getting ugly. Scott was seen in public with Khloe frequently, and in March 2019, he even posted a picture of himself with a Good American founder. Khloe liked the picture and even wrote, "I love you, Scott," in the comments, but it started getting creepy when Scott started to randomly comment on Khloe's pictures. In 2020, Khloe posted a picture of herself sitting on a chair, and guess what Scott commented? "Love that chair, love you in it even more. If this doesn't sound problematic to you, we don't really know what will." Scott isn't just Khloe's brother-in-law, but also father of her nephew and niece, so that's straight up inappropriate. To make things worse, Scott Disick also commented on some pretty revealing pictures of Khloe. She was posing for her new mom jeans collection and wasn't wearing any top. Scott liked the picture and wrote "wow" with a fire emoji. The fans were shocked because Scott was surely crossing a line by commenting on a semi-nude picture of Khloe. And if this social media banter wasn't enough to creep us all out, Khloe and Scott continued it on their reality show as well. When the Kardashians premiered, no one expected Scott to be on the show because Kourtney was engaged to Travis Barker, and it just didn't make sense for Scott to still be involved with the family considering how he never got married to Kourtney. But on the premiere of the Kardashians, Scott didn't just make an entrance, but he praised Khloe a little too much. The celebrity started off by saying that God actually broke the mold when he made Khloe, and he reportedly asked the Kardashian sisters to go upstairs with him, and Khloe didn't mind all the attention she continued to get from Scott as she got cheated by her long-term boyfriend and was probably feeling alone too. Khloe also talked about her relationship with Scott by saying that she didn't always like him and they had the worst relationship in the beginning, but according to Khloe, Scott has also helped her to have more control over her anger, and over time, they have become like best of friends, and that's a relationship she truly cherishes. She also addressed her dating rumors with Scott by saying that he obviously speaks in a very flirty way, and that's a little weird. This is probably the reason why everyone constantly calls him out and believes that there's something shady going on. But the biggest controversy started in March 2022 when another episode of the Kardashians aired, and it made people cringe the whole time. In the episode, Scott Disick made a mess of the kitchen, so when Khloe came, she started helping him out, but Scott suddenly stopped and asked Khloe to continue cleaning. He also commented that Khloe looked hot. This doesn't just stop there. Scott went on saying that he would hire Khloe as his maid, a topless maid.
Oh, there you go. Get down on it, Cloverton.
Yeah, you're not leaving.
Get down on it.
Pee on the floor.
Do your thing. You look hot. I would hire you as like a hot maid, topless maids or something.
This comment was enough for everyone to understand their whole relationship dynamic and the real reason why Scott hangs out with Khloe so often. Khloe continued this creepy conversation saying that she won't be topless at least, upon which Scott replied that she would at least have to be bottomless as a maid.
Well, I wouldn't be topless.
You'd be bottomless.
Oh my gosh.
This conversation sparked dating rumors all over the internet. People didn't like the fact that Khloe might date her sister's baby daddy. However, Scott wasn't very considerate, as on another occasion he reportedly said to Khloe that now that Kourtney is engaged to Barker, they should also give it a go, but Khloe straight up refused and Scott had to say that he was just joking and he likes Kim better anyway.
So I'm thinking now that Court's really like finally
Yeah, we're still brother and sister.
Damn it. No, I'm just kidding. I was gonna go for Kim anyway.
Yeah, go. Why don't you go outside of the fam?
Don't be ridiculous. It's just weird.
At another instance, Kourtney Kardashian offered chocolate gummies to Scott and he blatantly said that he will only eat them if they go in her mouth first. Over the years, Khloe has said it several times that she sees Scott as her brother and there is nothing between them. She even tried to give a shut-up call to Scott's antics by saying that we are still brother and sister, but Scott doesn't seem to be taking a hint. And recently, Scott has tried to hit on Khloe once again. Earlier this year, Scott asked Khloe to go on a date with him and said that he wants to see what it's like to go out with her and practice a little bit. Scott has been dropping some subtle but very obvious hints at Khloe, but it doesn't seem like Khloe is interested in him at all.
Why don't we go on a date so you can see what it's like?
You and me?
Yeah, so you get to practice, and then when you meet
Scott?
somebody.
I'm just gonna be honest with you. If I went on a date with anyone that hacked the way you did, I would leave during the date. Like, I can't handle that if I'm dating someone.
I'm trying to get rid of it for you.
She continues to call him her brother, but Scott's comments about his sister-in-law creep everyone out. Kourtney Kardashian, Scott's ex and baby mama, also doesn't seem to be completely on board with their weird chemistry. Reports are that despite everyone forcing Kourtney to invite Scott Disick to her wedding, Kourtney didn't want to do it and she only invited him because of Kris Jenner. Scott still doesn't shy away from acting like a bitter ex because he was nowhere to be found on Kourtney's wedding. He also doesn't seem completely okay with how happy Kourtney finally is with Barker and how soon they tied the knot. Scott was obviously not ready to settle down and that's why he never married Kourtney, and now he's probably kicking himself. Kourtney has become rather a famous Kardashian sister after her marriage with Barker, and Scott just couldn't push his jealousy under the rug. People are also pointing out that the relationship that Khloe has with Scott is straight up weird, and only imagine if Kanye West had this sort of relationship with Kourtney or Tristan talked this way to Kim. It would have been a huge deal, but the Kardashian-Jenner clan is somehow ignoring the problematic duo of Khloe and Scott for some reason. Some netizens are also pointing out that even when Kourtney and Scott were a thing, Khloe hung out with Scott all the time and the two had a very strong bond. So was Scott always soft on Khloe, and was he not completely faithful to Kourtney? Well, their relationship dynamic does raise a lot of questions, and Khloe and Scott are yet to give their answer. In fact, Kourtney has also had enough of all this because she's also reportedly avoiding her family and is staying in a different house even during the holidays when the whole family is together. It's probably because she doesn't want to be around Scott when she is with her husband, as it could cause misunderstanding between the new couple. People are also pointing out that Scott is just a socialite and businessman. Then why have the Kardashians made such a big deal of him, and why does Kris not cut him off from the family after he has fallen off the wagon so many times? And it's also very problematic that Khloe and Scott are still hanging out together all alone despite Kourtney cutting all ties with him. It won't be long until Kourtney lashes out on Scott and Khloe because she has already called out Kim for her toxic behavior. So up next on Kourtney's target is surely gonna be Khloe and Scott. People are also pointing out that Scott might try to get back at Kourtney by having an affair with Khloe. So do you think Kourtney will finally say something about their creepy demeanor? Tell us in the comments. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel to stay on top of all celebrity gossip. We'll see you in the next video. Till then, adios from our side.